let's jump on this fight here. Y'all know what it is. All right. We over here promoting this fight. Combo Breaker 99, CB 99 Talks is promoting the heck out of this fight because WMMA needs it. All right. They need all the promotion they can get. And we are promoting the heck out of this possible title eliminator taking place Saturday, October 22nd, UFC 280. I'm gonna break it down for you. Caitlin Chookagian versus Manon Fiorot. Not breaking the whole fight down now, but I just want to get into it again with y'all. We can talk about it because just looking at every dimension of this fight and the dynamics of this fight, this is a very, very interesting fight for both fighters here. You know, even more so for Manon, of course, because this is her first big fight, you know, against a former title, I won't say, because Jennifer Maia was a former title challenger. This is the second former title challenger, second common opponent of Valentina Shevchenko going on Manon's resume now. But yeah, it's more of an interesting fight for her, you know, because Caitlin Chookagian, you know, she's been here time and time again. But I think going into this one, you know, both are going to have a lot to offer. Even Chookagian this time around, I think she's going to have a lot to offer. You know, first off, you know, I watched the interview with James Lynch. We talked about it, you know, different things people picked up off of the confidence of Manon. But just looking at Caitlin Chookagian training and, you know, following her on Instagram as well and going back and looking at her fights, you know, I can really say that, you know, she's bringing a lot to the table here. Well, she's a dangerous opponent for Manon, not in the fashion of Andrade, but Caitlin Chookagian is bringing some very interesting dynamics into this fight that she hasn't seen before. You know, just dealing with a very cautious, safety first type fighter. Now, Caitlin can be hit. You know, she's not the fastest, but the way she approaches her fights, you know, she's very safety first and cautious compared to the other fighters because her style is, you know, point based. You know, she loves to go in there and outpoint her opponents and stay ahead and, you know, stay slick and do a lot of tricks, you know, just to kind of break her opponents mentally. And I don't think a lot of people pick up on that, but Caitlin really breaks her opponents mentally, not in the fashion like Valentina, but to the point that they kind of question themselves in there. You know, some of her opponents question themselves. You can see it because they're not pulling the trigger as much. They're not going in there taking as many chances. They're staying on the end of her punches or her kicks. So, you know, going into this fight, that's something that Manon has to be aware of. You know, the IQ is high on Chookagian. The IQ and safety comes first. So for somebody like Manon going into this fight, you know, she has to understand that we got to break that wall early. We can't respect her. You know, that's the first step, I think, to getting through to getting a finish like Manon wants to do. Because, you know, on one side, you got Caitlin doing her thing and always committed to it. But on the other side, you got Manon. Her game plan is to finish, right? But in order to finish, you know, Manon really has to push Chookagian out of that realm and disrespect, right? And I say that and I press that more because there's really no danger of being knocked out with Chookagian, right? In only the high level pound for pound fighters understood that task, like Shevchenko and Andrade. They knew Chookagian couldn't hurt him. They see the fast hands, they saw the angles. They said, you know what? Forget all that. I'm imposing my will. And for Manon to step into that realm, she's got to be the imposer that she has been in her, you know, her early fights, early on, you know. I mean, don't go in there with your chin out, but you've got to go in there with the game plan to say, I can stand with this girl. I can close distance. I can push this woman back and she can't push me back. Same way Andrade did, you know. Chookagian had some success with her hands a little bit, but Andrade never stopped coming because she said, you know what? I can't let her get into a groove. And that's where a lot of people make a mistake with Chookagian. They let her get into a groove. You know, she can move. She can move on her feet. She faints. She can move her upper body, you know. And while she's moving, she's popping off shots. So breaking a rhythm is very important as far as being dominant. You know, never let your opponent get into any type of rhythm. To be dominant, if you invade their territory, you can't give them time to set up their bombs and their guns. You know, you have to push forward your tanks and everything that you believe is better. You know, when no one says her cardio and her physical strength is better, you're powerful, you're more powerful. Well, let's see it. You know, you got to go in there and tank this girl. You know, you got to go in there and make every shot count, but not waste it. Timing is important in this fight. Same way Valentina would catch with a spinning back fist when they take it to the ground. You know, when she was in that guard, Valentina controlling that head a little bit, you know, with head control, then boom, catching her with forearms and elbows. Cut her in the first round, right? So the same thing Manon has to do here. You know, Manon has to separate herself from Arujo, Jessica I, Amanda Ebos, JoJo, Lauren Murphy, Irene Aldana. You got to separate yourself from all of them fighters, Jennifer Maya, and get into that realm with Andrade and Shevchenko. And I think that's what she meant in the interview. Like, Manon is holding herself to the Valentina standard. You know, she said, I got to go in there with the plan to stop her. You know, if I don't stop her, if I only win by decision, I might need another fight. And I think that's punishment for her. It's talk, but at the same time, it's setting a standard. You know, some people see it as lack of confidence, which I don't. I see it as Manon wanting to be better, not just wanting to say, oh, I'm going to knock this girl out. But no, she's saying to herself, like, anything less than a stoppage, I should be punished for, right? Because her plan is to win the belt, is to do what Valentina did or something in similar fashion. But at the same time, it's about doing better. You know, you want to match them. You want to match them or do better. Basically, you want to do better because you want the belt, right? Because if you don't, it's going to be 50-50, right? So Manon's mindset is to go in there and get the finish. And if she doesn't, maybe one more fight. But we'll see about that for real. Like, because even if she dominated, I'm sure she probably want to move on. Like if she 30-27, 30-26, she'd probably be like, you know, I'm moving on. This girl is just tough, right? But I think with what Manon has and what she possesses, there should be no reason for her to find a stoppage. I think it's how she approaches the fight. Like if she tries too hard, like when you look for the knockout, no, you don't. It doesn't come. Andrade can look for it because she's always got the physical strength and power, but Valentina didn't necessarily look for it. Valentina looked to dominate, and then it came. She broke her down. So that same thing can be said for Manon. Look for it, and it'll come to you. You know. So yeah, this fight offers a lot of dimensions. That's why I'm just talking about it till it happens. You know, we're gonna talk about it. I'll do my full-on keys to victory for it somewhere, you know, next week or something. But yeah, Manon has her plans, but you know, you can't count Caitlin Chookagian out. You know, Caitlin has a lot to offer in this fight. She's number one contender on a 4-fight win streak. I can't remember who it was in the chat. They said she was the Robert Whitaker of the division right now, which she kind of is. She just never had the belt, but you know, she will lose to the champ and move on and go on these win streaks. Yeah, but right now, yeah, this is a good win streak. She's on 4-fight win streak since Andrade lost 2 years ago. You know, she lost to Andrade. She beat Calvillo, Arujo, Jennifer Maya second time. Close fight with Ebos. So yeah, she's racking wins up, man. So if she wins this, you know, whether you like it or not, Caitlin might get another title shot. That's 5 in a row for her. That'll be 5 in a row for her. And you got to give her credit. She fought 4 times in 2020 as well. So Chookagian's she's a busy bee. I mean, not just in the hands, but just in general, man. She's She's definitely one of my favorite fighters as well. But I just want to see Manon pull this off because Manon is a beast right now, and I want to see new blood. So when it comes down to picking, gotta ride with Manon. But if Chookagian was to win, I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. Well, what do y'all think, man? A lot to offer from both fighters. Like I said, there's just so much going on here with Chookagian that could offset Manon and make her look bad. We've seen it in the past, but I think Manon has it though. If I'm thinking right, Manon should be able to go in there and beat a beast and do what Ebos did times 10. All right. So yeah, so many things to talk about with this one, but it'll just always have to be, in another video, I'll go on and on about this fight, right? Anything else that needs to be said for now? No, man, Chookagian's just, Chookagian's just Chookagian. And when you let Chookagian be Chookagian, that's when she wins. So when you go in there, you just have to stop all rhythm, stop all chances of her work rate, go in her, be in her chest, work the body, and be aggressive on her because she's a point fighter. You got to take a point fighter out of their rhythm. Don't give them any type of space. And Manon has those tools to do it. I believe that. In no way she ain't not confident either. You know who I'm talking to.